So how do you do a versus on a transformation that just came out in leaks that we don't know what it does, we have not seen it in action, and we don't even know what the name is of yet? I'm going to show you right now.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
What's up, Black Squad? BlackScape here, and today we are going to jump into more of the amazing Vegeta hype that we've seen this week, or this weekend more specifically. We have not seen Vegeta hype this intense since Vegeta went to Yardrat to learn all those cool moves that ultimately served the plot, but I mean, he didn't really have as cool or badass as a moment as what we're seeing in the leaks. And if you love Vegeta's badass moment and love Vegeta's new transformation, make sure to hit that like button for the algorithm. That way we can go ahead and tell YouTube to share the video. And while you're down there, make sure to follow me on TikTok. I just posted a brand new Hakaishin Vegeta video on there. Links in the description and the top comments. As soon as this transformation dropped, I knew that we were going to be getting this conversation. Who did it better? Prince Vegeta dropped this on Twitter, and people have been debating whether Omen Goku versus this Omen looking Hakaishin Vegeta transformation is valid to compare. Are they on the same wavelength, or is it even something that we can compare? Well, we actually can compare the things that we know about both of these transformations, even comparing them in a versus aspect, seeing as how Goku in all his transformations went up against Granola and lost. Today we're going to be versing the introduction of the transformation, the design of the transformation, and ultimately which one I believe would win in a versus based on one thing and one thing only: Granola. It's not really that hard to find controversial moments in Dragon Ball Super's manga because there have been quite a few, and all of them seem to surround Goku, and Goku's transformation into Omen is no different. Omen Goku basically became a thing after he watched Master Roshi do Ultra Instinct against Jiren. This was the moment that a lot of people jumped ship from the Dragon Ball Super manga, only to return during the Moro arc, and it was trending everywhere. People were upset as to what they did with the Omen transformation, and basically made Ultra Instinct a lot less cool, I guess. It made it less ethereal, it made it less supernatural, it made it something that even someone as lowly as Master Roshi could do. And it made the explanation for it very, very confusing. It wasn't an epic moment at all, but it did get a lot of buzz. Contrast that with Vegeta, the leaks that we've gotten, him transforming into Hakaishin mode against Granola after being defeated by Granola, after Goku was just defeated by Granola. Facing off against a character that is so entwined with Vegeta's Saiyan past that it just adds a whole new layer to the depth of the introduction to this transformation. Not only that, this is the first time that Beerus has taught anyone anything, and Vegeta is his first basically pupil by learning this new transformation. So who did it better? I believe that Vegeta takes the cake on this one. Vegeta, in the manga, his transformation into Hakaishin mode, everything that goes and leads up to it is a lot better. Now, nothing defeats Ultra Instinct's introduction and hype train that we saw in the anime, and hopefully we get something just as cool for Hakaishin Vegeta when the anime returns. Now, when it comes to design, I actually did two polls, one on my Twitter and one on the community tab, and almost unanimously you guys think that Ultra Instinct's form looks a lot better than God of Destruction Vegeta. Now, since that is unanimous with 13,000 plus people voting on it on the community tab, and we also have a couple hundred people on my Twitter account also voting for this, I think the way that this design looks is probably the most controversial thing when it comes to Dragon Ball Super community right now. Which, if that's the only thing you have to worry about, then I think Vegeta's fine, because worrying about Master Roshi teaching you this transformation is a lot worse. Personally, for me, the first thing I ever said when I saw this design on Twitter was, this is by far one of the ugliest transformations that I've ever seen, and I still stick by that to this day, to this moment. This is butt ugly. It's just a mishmash of too many different things, but just because it's butt ugly doesn't mean that it isn't cool looking, because in my opinion, Moro, decrepit Moro, old Moro is ugly, but he looks badass and way cooler than his perfect cell form. So when it comes to design, I think that Ultra Instinct's a lot better. We get to keep Goku with his normal hair. We get to have him either have white hair or black hair, with the silver eyes and the ethereal aura. I think everything that leads up to Ultra Instinct that is part of that form, design-wise, is really perfect, honestly. It's very spot on, and I loved it in the Tournament of Power in the anime. I do like it in the anime as well. So the W goes to Goku. And finally, we get to the verses. These two transformations versing against each other. We don't know almost anything about the Hakaishin form right now, so it's going to be very hard to understand what this transformation brings to the table besides the way it looks. But we do have Granola to go off as a control, because when Granola faces off against all of Goku's transformations, he brushes them off. When he sees Ultra Instinct for the first time, he's only shocked that Goku has no vitals, but he is still solidly in the game. He is still maintaining his game face. Really nothing else has changed besides the fact that there are no vital spots open. Compare this to how Granola acts when he hasn't even seen the form that Vegeta transforms into yet. When he senses that Vegeta is about to transform, he pulls away and back immediately, does not want to go in for the attack because he doesn't know what he's up against, and whatever he sees or he feels from Vegeta actually scares him. Now to me, this is probably the most curious thing about this whole scene, because why does he care so much about this transformation and he cared very little for Ultra Instinct? Well, when it comes to the Ultra Instinct, I think the entire setup was different. He knew that he had a clone that Goku has not seen through yet. He knew that he can get the one-up on Goku if he just bid his time. Goku was a lot stronger than him, but he does leave his guard down. So Granola really knew and honed in on how to fight against Goku, and you would say that Goku is the perfect opponent for Granola because of how often he drops his guard. Vegeta, on the other hand, is a completely different fighter. He doesn't drop his guard, and he doesn't bide his time or play around. He goes straight into the transformation that he wants to for the kill, which means that this Hakaishin mode that he learned from Beerus is a lot stronger than Granola, the way that Ultra Instinct is. So Granola wished to be stronger than anyone in Universe 7, but at the same time, he didn't become stronger than Ultra Instinct and this Hakaishin mode because he cannot become stronger than Whis or Beerus. So Vegeta going into a transformation that's just as strong as Ultra Instinct, but with zero openings and an intent to kill without dropping his guard, it makes Vegeta a more solid fighter. With all the information that we have right now, if you verse both Hakaishin Vegeta versus Mastered Ultra Instinct, I think Mastered Ultra Instinct would still win, mainly due to the fact that I believe this is like an Omen Vegeta transformation, like it's not completed yet. It probably has a time limit, but we're not 100% sure. And Goku seems to have openings with any other character he fights besides Vegeta. Like, when he fights Vegeta, he doesn't leave his guard down that often, and only when Vegeta tricks him does he actually get a hit under his guard. So Goku would be fighting Vegeta 110%, and I believe Master Ultra Instinct versus the Hakaishin mode would still defeat him in the end. Anyway guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this transformation. Who would win in this versus? Because the war has finally begun. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care guys.
Subscribe for more content.